Hey, what is up guys? Calum or Calum's Fish Tanks, and in today's video we're setting up this beautiful tank behind me. This has been a long time in the making. I've had the tank for a couple months now and I've been slowly gathering all the materials for it, so I'm super excited to finally get this thing planted. So let's get started. Now before we do, I'd like to give a huge thanks to aquariumco2.ca for the lighting as well as all the CO2 equipment used on this tank. For lights, I'm using the Chihiros Vivid Mini, which you can see up here. I'm super excited to be testing out this brand new light and can't wait to see the results of this tank with it. If you're interested in any Chihiros lights or as well as CO2 art, CO2 equipment, I'll have a link to Aquarium CO2 down below where you can use code CALUM for 5% off your purchase. So you may have noticed the hardscape is already in the tank, and that's because I really wanted to mess around with the hardscape and make sure I liked it, see it with a fresh pair of eyes. So I kind of messed around with it over a period of days and I didn't film any of it, so I don't have the building of the hardscape, but it's basically just dragonstone and this kind of driftwood called Nika wood that I got from an LFS. And yeah, there's not much to it. It's pretty simple. Used a bit of super glue and paper towels to make a couple of the pieces stick together to create a bit of height in the scape. But yeah, without further ado, let's start planting this thing.
Today was actually the day where things started to really go downhill. First it was the fungus, which really just stunk up my room, and then the Monte Carlo started melting as well, but these were both things that were expected, and I wasn't too worried about them. The Monte Carlo continued to melt a little bit more, and I didn't think it was too much of a problem. We had a little bit of brown algae, but I decided to plant a little bit more just to be safe. I had been working a lot around this point, and I woke up to a nightmare on day 14. The tank was completely covered in brown algae. I tried to remove as much as I could manually, but this stuff is kind of a pain to deal with. And unfortunately, it was back again 2 days later. So I went over and did a whole maintenance session again to try to get rid of this stuff. This carried on for about 15 or so days, doing water changes every second day. Here you can see me messing around with the light settings. This didn't really help. The plants kind of stopped growing as well, and then I got more algae. So I went back to cranking them all up to almost 100%. And that seemed to help a bit more. But around day 30, things started to look good, and today is day 37. Since the algae was finally better, I thought it would be a good time to add some of my epiphyte plants that I was saving for this scape. A lot of Anubias nana petite went in here, and I have some more beautiful Andra I'll probably be adding later on. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and thank you to everyone who stuck around to the end. I'll be posting updates of this tank more frequently on Instagram, but I'll make sure to show you guys here on YouTube how it's doing every once in a while. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was Calum's Fish Tanks. Enjoy the tank for a couple more seconds.